guys some advice on what to expect when you come here. So Tanya, is this your first social?
Second.
Second? Okay.
Yeah, I have been earlier this year, and
Okay.
this is pretty interesting, I can say. And you are able to come and talk to the ladies, and you have to be more open to talk to them, and more round enough to have a conversation with the ladies.
So what brought you here? Why did you come to this sort of event? I mean, because obviously these are foreign men.
Yeah.
What attracts you to a foreign man?
I would like to find my soulmate, my life partner, and my husband. So that's why I'm here.
Okay, well, that's fair enough.
That's fair enough, and that's pretty simple.
Now, there's a lot of guys watching
Yeah.
right now, and they're probably wondering, how can I prepare? What can I do? What advice can you give them and when coming over here to meet a Ukrainian woman?
Well, you have to understand that she's from abroad, that she might not know your language, which
Of course,
is
yeah.
most of the ladies over here. Even though she would know, you have to be prepared that she's not ready for your culture still, and you have to help her on all of the way.
Okay. What about dress-wise?
The dress-wise, girls dress here very feminine.
Uh-huh.
They wear high heels, they wear dresses, they wear lipsticks, they wear makeup, and this is pretty famous.
So, as far as the men, what would you suggest for the men to wear?
That would be more classy dress.
Okay.
Our ladies would prefer the same way as, because we are dressed the same like you dress, so
Okay.
that would be more comfortable and more attractive too.
So what you're saying is,
But
so the
you don't
person
need to play as it is like that. So even though if you are not wearing this into the formal life or your daily life, so better you dress what you are wearing to the daily life, because that's what we are expecting.
Okay, so you're basically saying dress nicely, but dress how you would normally dress
Yeah,
back in
so
in
don't
where you
overact.
live. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't, because, exactly. There's no sense of dressing, putting a suit on
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you would
If
never
you-
wear it again.
If you would never wear it again,
Yes.
we
Yes.
would not appreciate it. That's what we are not expected. We are expected to see the man, how he is dressing to the daily life. That's what it is.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying yourself?
It's very interesting party, so
It's pretty
yeah.
lively now up there.
I'm sure you will show this to the guys over there.
Yes.
So there are lots of girls and guys, and I'm sure that everybody is there to meet their soulmates.
Yes. All right, guys. Well, you heard it straight from Tanya. Tanya, I thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
And guys, the women are here. They're waiting. I don't know why you're procrastinating. I mean, come on. It's only a short plane ride. Right? It goes
It's
by
a
pretty
short
quick.
life.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Tanya. I'm
Thank
going to
you.
get back up there and talk to you guys later. See ya.
Sure. See you.
Hello, welcome everyone, and welcome to Monday night's webcast with the Foreign Affair. I'm Joe Gregory. I know a lot of you were expecting Dina tonight. Unfortunately, Dina had a family emergency. She couldn't make it, so you're stuck with me. But don't worry, we got a good show tonight. Just the starters. If you guys if you were thinking about going on the Colombia tour, well, that's been filled up. Okay, maybe look on. You guys, I'm telling you, these tours are filling up so fast. Because we're having to limit the numbers, so therefore, the guys are jumping on really quickly. That tour starts at the end of this month, and yeah, look for the next one, okay? But that Colombia tour starting, I think, October 28th is already filled. Okay. So tonight what we're going to do is I'm going to answer your questions, obviously, but we're also going to go over something that, that I notice a lot of times when I go over to Ukraine. And this actually doesn't just pertain just to Ukraine. This goes for most socials, I mean, in most cities. It's going to be the top 5 mistakes you guys are making when you finally get over there and go to your tours. And I'm not talking just the guys who are going over for the first time, okay? I see these mistakes in guys who have been that go over multiple times. All right? So, well, Ukraine Dave is saying good evening all. Good evening, Ukraine Dave. Okay, so let's start, all right? First mistake, first thing, and you got to remember, guys, we don't just throw you guys in to the lion's den and expect you guys to fend for yourself, all right? Everything that I'm going to talk about tonight, we go over in depth, especially during orientation at the very beginning of the tour, okay? Not to mention how many times we talk about these things, you know, on almost every single show, all right? So the first thing, you guys, I tell you guys all the time, make sure you get plenty of sleep the night before. Don't go out partying until the wee hours of the morning. And before the social, make sure you get something good to eat. Have a good dinner, okay? And because at these socials, they don't really serve, you know, big meals. We do serve food. You know, and like I've gone over before, a lot of this food is for the ladies because they're coming straight from work most of the time, and you know they don't get a chance to get something to eat. Okay, so we serve food, but you guys, you have a chance to get something decent to eat. Get it. Okay, not to mention, you guys, I tell you all the time, this is, you know, first appearances is everything. So, you know, put on something nice, you know, nice clothes. You don't have to wear a suit. You know, that's not what I'm saying. You don't have to wear a suit, but nice long sleeve button-up shirt or a nice polo shirt, nice trousers, and for God's sakes, some decent shoes, okay? Because like Dina, like Anna has always pointed out to you guys, that is one of the first things these women, they notice right off the bat, okay? Yeah, Ernie, you're right. Be comfortable in your own skin and the girls will respect and be drawn to you. Yeah, confidence is a big thing, okay? You know, and we're going to talk about that more later on, Ernie, you know, and we have an interview later on, too, about, you know, being comfortable in your own skin, and it doesn't matter, you know, that you're not an Adonis, that you're not 6'2", 240 pounds, full of muscles. That's not what a woman wants over there. When they say a real man, that's not what they're meaning. All right? So that's number 1, guys. Preparing yourself for the social. I would say that is one of the top mistakes that guys make all the time. You know, you guys out there who have been to these socials, you know, write in and you tell me what you think what mistakes you made, you know, right off the bat on your first couple of socials that you attended. All right? So think about that, guys. Preparing yourself. Okay? So number 2, I like to call it losing your focus. And what that means is you got to have a game plan. Okay? And when I say a game plan, I mean you got to know exactly what you're looking for. Okay? You cannot go into these socials, especially Ukraine socials, when you have 200 plus women, because I'm telling you right now, you will not meet all 200 women. There's no way. There's not a chance. Chuck, I'm going to divert for a second. Chuck wants to know, where's Dina? Chuck, obviously you just came in. Dina had a family emergency, nothing serious, but she had to deal with one of her daughters. So Dina's not going to make it tonight. Chuck, you're stuck with me. Chuck says, at the Ukraine social, I've met ladies who have not on the AFA website and, of course, no profile. How does this happen? How do we find out about these ladies and their background, age, interest, where were they removed from the AFA website? All right, we get that question a lot. Not everyone who does come to the socials have an actual profile. And that's because those ladies are just coming in. They might have, there might be new. They just came in that first night and they signed up. Every girl that comes through our socials, they have to register. Okay, they have to show identification and they get registered. Okay, the ladies take their information and they know everything about them. They didn't just walk right into the social. Nobody's allowed to do that. Okay, so we do have all that information. Chuck, all I can say is if you have a particular lady in mind, I don't know when you attended the actual social. Now, of course, not all ladies, when they might come to the social with a friend, they register, they figure, okay, maybe it's not for them and they don't register, or maybe they just haven't had the chance to get their profile done. When I say their profile, I'm talking about they've got to go, they usually do a photo session, and then those photos get processed. Then they get sent to AFA where they get approved, and then they get posted on the website. So it's not just copy and paste. All right. Let me see here. 55. Okay. I'm 55 and working out 6 days a week to look. No excuses. All right, Tom. If you're working every day, working out every day, more power to you if you have that time. I don't. Okay, I agree with Ernie. With filling up your stomach will also drain your energy, which will be bad for socials. Yeah, that's one of the mistakes. Is it's not filling up your stomach. You got to have a meal. I'm telling you, you're going to be out there for at least an hour before the social. Okay, let's say you didn't have anything to eat. So you've already gone 2-3 hours before the social. Now you're going to go another 4 hours of the social. So now you're working on 7 hours without anything to eat. Think about this, Ernie and John. Okay. Then you're going to go out after the social. Hopefully you're going to go someplace that'll serve food. If not, now you're working on 8, 9, 10 hours without eating. So if you can actually go without eating for between 7 and 10 hours without eating, more power to you. I know I can't, not at my age, but we tell all the guys, have a decent meal. I'm not saying fill up. I'm saying have a decent meal, because like I said, the stuff at the social is mainly for the women, and it's basically finger food. That's not really going to fill you up at all. Let me see. I'm glad AFA now has interpreters for each client at the Ukrainian socials. That wasn't the case in my first. Well, I don't know what you're talking about, Melvin. We've always had interpreters for each client at every social. In fact, we always have more interpreters, than we do clients, because sometimes at a social what will happen is, hey, personalities clash. The guy's not really getting along with this translator because they just can't get on the same page. So as the tour leader, I'll replace that translator with somebody else. And it's not a knockdown to that translator. It's just sometimes personalities actually do clash. Okay? But yeah, I don't know what you're talking about there, because every single social we have enough ladies for each guy. No guy goes in there without a translator. All right. And if we get too many, like in the past, we'd get a lot of social only guys that would go in there. We would actually have our staff translate if that was the case. All right. So that is not true. Every translator I mean, every client has a translator. Okay, guys? Chris, were you on this Costa Rica tour? You guys, just so you know, the video that you're watching right now was just sent from the Costa Rica tour, which just ended not too long ago. And Kirk, our AV guy here, just received it today. So you guys are the first to see it, okay? And this is what you're seeing right now. Some of the women the women are absolutely beautiful. I may have to go down to Costa Rica, okay? Dave, hey Joe, have you been out walking the beat? I hear their dogs barking. Yeah, there's a dog in the building, okay? It's not my canine or anything like that. I'm not a canine anyway. But no, I haven't been out walking the beat, okay? Let's see here. Jesse, thanks, Jesse. He's so glad I'm here to answer these questions. If I bring a lady here to the U.S., I wonder about all the men she was writing before me. In this age of internet and hundreds of thousands of men are writing these women on the site, how can I be sure that the first argument we have, and that she feels unhappy and she'll get. I see what you're saying. Listen. There's no guarantees in life, Jesse. That's all. That's all I can say from the beginning. Okay, but I'll say this. I've known, in the 10 years I've been doing this, I've known three relationships where the guy has met, I'm talking strictly Ukraine guys, where the guy they met on the tour, she comes over, and it didn't work out. And this is only 3 out of, I don't know, I have lost count on how many times I've been invited to weddings, guys, okay? And I can tell you this, the first guy, I won't mention any names, okay? It didn't work out, she went back, but then they worked it out. They did the visa again. She came back. They're happily married now. Okay. Second one is, the guy was a little bit of a control freak. He did not want her to have any friends, didn't want her out of the house, always wanted to know who she was with or who she was talking to, had complete control. She couldn't take it, went back home. Okay. And the third one, in fact, I think Bud spoke about this one a long time ago, is he didn't want her to change anything in the house, and he was a complete NASCAR freak, and don't touch anything. Guys, when you're bringing these women over, you don't want them to feel that this is your house and only your house. You got to give them their space. You got to let them do something. Let them decorate at least one room. You can't just say, no, don't, you're not changing those curtains, you're not changing those dishes, you're not changing those sheets. You got to give them something. Give them something they can say, okay, now this is starting to feel like it's our house. All right? It's just my opinion. All right? But from what I've seen and where it doesn't work, that's what happens. So, Jesse, to get back to your question, like I said, there's no guarantees. Okay, because I can't, if I could get inside a woman's head, I'd be a trillionaire. But, these women don't come over just to do that. They really don't. If they've had their, guys, these women have had their chances. If a green card is all they wanted, they would attach themselves to the first guy, got on over here, got their green card, and say adios. Okay? If that's all they wanted, think about it. Think about it for a second. If that's all you want in life is to get that green card, would you wait guy after guy after guy to do that? No. So, Jesse, trust your heart, trust your gut, trust your brains there. If you feel you picked the right girl, you picked the right girl. All right, but only you know that. Okay. Now, getting back to losing focus, guys. Okay, and what I mean by that is like I said, have a game plan. Okay, you know roughly what age bracket you want. Okay, and and I know I'm going to get a lot of hate mail on this. When I say losing focus, I see this a lot where you're 50 or 60 years old. You say, I want between 30 and 40 years old. Okay, doesn't matter the hair color. I want it with kids, without kids, but the age bracket I'm going to stick on for a second. So you say 30 or 40 years old. You go into your very first social, and you're like a deer in the headlights because these socials can be overwhelming. They really can. If you've never been to one, you see them on the video, and the guys are thinking, yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, I want to get in there with all these women. But when you, all of a sudden, you walk in, and 100 women or so turn around, and they're looking at you, because they're there to meet you. They're not there to socialize. They are there to meet you. And when you walk in, it's not the type of feeling we're used to, guys. Not here in the U.S. at least. We're used to walking into, clubs and stuff like that, and it's 75%, men. This is completely different. So now you walk in and, oh my God, you've completely lost focus. And now this table over here to your right of 20-something-year-olds, gets your attention. And they kind of pull you aside. They pull you to their table. And it's great. It's a great feeling. I'll admit, I love the feeling of, a 20-something-year-old girl giving me this attention. Just, she's attracted to me. It is a great feeling. It's flattering. But guys, it's not realistic. If you're going over there to really meet, your special one, then come on. 60 years old, you're really going to go out with a 25-year-old? If that's what you want, more power to you. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna tell you you can't. Nobody here at AFA is gonna tell you you can't. But think about whether or not it's gonna really work out. If you just want to go out and have fun, that's not a problem. Okay? But this is what happens. I'm telling you, it happens every single social. I watch it from the sidelines, and I watch the guys go in, and sure enough, they get pulled aside by 20-something. And it's okay to sit there and talk to them. I'm not saying you shouldn't, say hi or anything like that. But what happens a lot is you get trapped at these tables for an hour or two. Now half your social is gone. Okay? So that's what I mean by losing focus. You gotta stay focused, guys, because when you're dealing with 200-300 women, you're not gonna get to meet them all. And I've said it. John Adams has said it. Dina has said it. Anna has said it. Boom, your 4 hours social is done. It's over with. It goes by in a flash. Okay? All right. Hey, let's see here what else we got. Let's see here. McKessick, we can decline a translator if we have a sufficient fluency in Spanish, right? Yeah, you can. You're talking about McKessick, I think you're talking about the Columbia, for Columbia. I think you would still have your translator, but she would be more of your assistant. She would write down, she can write down all your stuff. But if you really feel strongly about, hey, no, I want to be by myself at these tables, I don't think Maria would have a problem with that. If you're fluent in Spanish, I don't see why she would have a problem with it. I know Maria. She's easygoing. She's laid back. Maria is fantastic. She does a fantastic job. And I'm sure if you explained it to her why you don't want anybody with you, I don't see why she would object to that. Hey, Joe, it's Ed. Yes, Ed, how you doing? Yep, Nikolai Tour, well, Dancing Queen he played at the social. This is my boy Ed. Ed's a good guy. Ed surprised me because he asked me at Odessa social. He said, "Hey Joe, can you get them to play Dancing Queen because it's his favorite song?" And so they played it there, and they played it in Nikolaev, and he was, he was out there on the dance floor too. At least he didn't just sit back and listen to it. Hope everything's good with you, Ed. See, John, I don't wear a mask at the socials. Looked weird to me. Yes, no, I can't say what's going to happen in the future, John. All right, I just know the past socials, we have not had to wear the mask. We haven't had to wear them in Ukraine at all. Not going into the social, not coming out of the social. So, but, who knows, with this weird thing that's going on. I mean, nobody knows what's going to happen. And nobody even knows what's going to happen with the actual tours either, the way quarantines happen on and off. What is the current time frame for a K1 visa? Is it currently taking longer than a year? No, Ryan. From what I'm hearing, it's about 9 months right now. That's what I'm hearing. About 9-10 months it's taking, so almost a year. I think they just have less people working on it, and because of COVID, it's shutting down a lot of things. A lot of more people not being able to go to work. So, everything's taking longer. You know that, you guys. The masks were awkward when we were. Oh, wow. So you were required to wear them in Costa Rica, Chris. That's what you're saying. I didn't know that. From what I'm seeing, though, on the video, nobody's wearing a mask except for the translator. So was it mandatory just for you to wear it into the social and then you could take it off? Because I'm sure that would be kind of hard to do when you're eating and drinking. So, but like I said, things that this is what's going on. Everything's fluid. It changes day to day. So who knows? Let me see, Tom. If my future wife doesn't like the furniture, so be it. I don't like them anyway. Okay, I chose them being single, not married. I don't have the best taste in anything, so be it. Change it, great. Yeah, Tom. It's funny because me being single, my house, when I went to sell it, I had a couple of people walk in and comment saying, "Yeah, this looks like a guy definitely decorated it." I had no female input on it at all. So I feel you there, Tom. But but staying on that for a second, that's it, and it's something you guys can do together. You guys can go out and pick the furniture together, and make it your own, not just yours. Okay, Edward, great webcast. You previously mentioned an Italian restaurant in Kyiv called Va Piano. Yeah, that's right. Do you recommend that restaurant for Italian food for us guys going on the November tour? We actually have gone to Va Piano for orientation dinner night, and the guys loved it. It's different right now. It's because of quarantine and you got a social distance. The way this restaurant worked, by the way, yes, Edward, the food is very, very good. It is fully Italian, but when you walk in, what would normally happen is you'd get this little card, okay? And then they have these long counters, and you just read above what each counter, and behind the counter there's a chef, and you go up, okay, I want spaghetti, or I want something else, I want pizza, whatever. But you go to that counter, you tell them what you want, and as they're making it right there in front of you, on the other side of the counter, obviously, you're telling them what you want added into it. And then on the counter in front of you, there's a little a little glass sensor, and you put the card on the sensor, and they actually punch in on their side how much to charge that card. Then after you eat, when you walk out, you actually give them the card and they charge you. But now it's different. Now what happens is you walk in, you sit down, and the waitress comes up to you. Kind of, it makes it, you know, the same old restaurant like every other restaurant. But it's still good food. So I do recommend it. I think, though, because I think Anna likes going to a Georgia restaurant. But, you know, you talk to her. She's going to be a tour leader. You know, she's psyched about it. Anna's also has a family emergency, so she's not here tonight either, guys. But, yeah, you know, she'll put that out to you guys during orientation. Okay? I know I'm getting a little long-winded tonight. You guys, I'm going to, you know, I wanted to get into this a little bit later about one of the messages was feeling comfortable in your own skin, because we get a lot of guys, you know, writing in, and they don't feel comfortable in their own skin because, you know, hey, I'm overweight, I feel a little self-conscious, I don't really want to go there because I don't think the women are going to be attracted to me. This comes back to confidence, guys. Okay? And we have an interview, I did an interview back in September with one of the guys on the tour, you know, who also, you know, and his name's Dave. Dave is a fantastic guy, okay? But yet, what a personality. Just, you know, just a very powerful personality. And the girls noticed this. And Dave had no problem getting girls, even with the shape that he was in, because his personality just shined through, okay? So we're going to go to Dave's interview and let him tell you for yourself how the tour went for him. We'll be right back.
I tried to keep my expectations low. Why would I pay thousands of dollars to get rejected here when I can get rejected for free in America? But actually, my expectations were massively exceeded. In America, I get dismissed all the time. Here, I'm getting to go on dates with 8s, 9s, and 10s, and they genuinely mean it when they want to know me.
And you made some good connections?
Amazing connections.
I'm sitting here with Dave. How you doing, Dave?
Good, how you doing?
Doing not too bad, not too bad. We're winding down. We only got a couple of days left of the tour. We're back in Odessa. Dave here actually did both tours.
All 4 cities.
All 4.
Now it's hard to remember them all. Kyiv, Kharkov, Odessa, and Nikolai.
That's right. What made you decide to go with all four cities instead of just doing 2 cities?
Just more opportunity to meet more women and actually meet friends here on the tour and get to see more of the country.
I'm sure you had expectations before the tour, and now that the tour is coming to completion, what is the difference between your expectations and actually going on the tour?
I tried to keep my expectations low, just history in America, you know, and my expectations were massively exceeded. It's been an incredible tour. Massively exceeded.
Nice, yeah. Nice. In what way, if you don't mind?
Getting to meet beautiful women at the social. Several will go out at night for after parties and dinners and clubs and just amazing people.
Now you tried dating in America, obviously,
yes,
like the rest of us.
Yes.
What do you think the difference is there?
Here, when the women say they actually want to get to know you first, they mean it. In America, I get dismissed all the time before they even get to know me. Here, I'm getting to go on dates with 8s, 9s, and 10s, and they genuinely mean it when they want to know me, rather than what I look like.
Okay. And you made some good connections?
Amazing connections. There's 2 in Kyiv and 2 in Kharkov, and 1 here in Odessa, and then another 2 in Nikolai. And
wow,
one of the Nikolai girls is even driving here to Odessa to spend the day with me. So tomorrow.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You know, there's guys out there who are procrastinating about coming over. I'm sure you were one of them at one point.
Yes.
We all were. I mean, if you could tell these guys who are watching right now who have been procrastinating about whether or not they should come over, whether or not it's real? That's one big thing. What would you say to them?
It is very real. I used to procrastinate because why would I pay thousands of dollars to get rejected here when I can get rejected for free in America? But you don't get rejected here. It's worth it. It's worth the money. It's worth the time. It's worth the effort because, like Joe was saying, there's genuine connections. If you come here and you want a family, you want children, you're stable financially, you're gold. They'll go after you. They will pursue you.
And what about the people who, especially people back in America, who say these women are not real? They don't really want a relationship. They only want the green card.
I don't think I've met a true green card searcher. And from what I've been told, it takes 3 years. So that's a lot of effort for just a green card.
And it's not just that. You know, I mean, I've been coming over for years.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of the same women. They're still searching. And it's because, I mean, they want a real relationship.
Right.
You would think if that's all they wanted, just the green card, they would have attached themselves to the first guy.
Correct. Yeah.
Got on over there, and they'd be living in America now with the green card.
The first guy they can manipulate, and it's not what they want. They'll pursue you, but you at the same time have to earn it.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. But Dave, you've been a gentleman.
Thank you.
We've had a lot of fun.
We have. A lot of inside jokes now.
A lot of inside jokes, you know, and that's another thing. It's not just the relationships with the girls, it's the relationship with the guys that you bond with on these tours.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple guys that I've become really good friends with. One guy from Germany, and we're already planning an Oktoberfest tour next year, so it's just...
You're talking about Chris, obviously.
Chris, yeah. You meet great guys on the tour and even better women, and it's just a good time. It's well worth the money.
It is.
Just do it.
At the end of the day, it's a great vacation.
It is a great vacation.
But Dave, I want to thank you.
Thank you too.
Yeah. So guys, if you're out there procrastinating, you got to stop it. Get on the plane. Call someone at AFA. Talk to them. Okay. But if you've been sitting there for years or even months procrastinating whether or not to go over, stop it right now.
Do it.
Okay. It is worth it. Definitely worth it. But I hope to see you guys on the next tour. Yeah, Dave was a really good, Dave is a good guy. You usually have one, maybe two guys on tours that are kind of life of the party. Dave was definitely one of them. So, Dave, hope everything's going well with you. Okay, guys, getting back into this. Okay, let's see here. Leonard from Thailand. Good luck on your own, Joe. Thanks. I'm doing my best here. Leonard's our information guy for Thailand. You know, they're open for business. With effect from November 1st. One for clients who have 2 vaccinations. Get yourself to the airport. Trust your airline. When the tire hits the tarmac, this magic begins. Yes. Yeah. So guys, I guess we announced, I think, a week or two ago, Thailand is open. So let me see, Brian. Hey, Joe, do you think the tension between the U.S. and China is part of the reason why the Chinese tours have been closed since the pandemic started, staying out of the politics, but just curious? I don't think so. You know, there's always kind of been tensions, I guess, but and we've gone there fine. You know, there's tensions everywhere, but no. Guys, come on. We shouldn't even have to address these kind of questions because everyone knows what's going on in the world. Okay, you just have to turn on the TV and, one country or another is going into quarantine again, or one other country is coming out of quarantine. It's just the nature of the beast right now. Okay? All right, let's see here. We had a good question here. Where is it? I love this question. Where is it? This is Gordon, okay? Love these questions. For a man below 25 years old, do you think that going on a tour to the Ukraine using AFA is worth the time and money? I feel like the average Western man is 35 to 55, and I'm an extreme outlier. I've heard that 18 to 21-year-olds are the main scammers at these events. I don't know who told you that, but we'll finish this. Who aren't the ones who genuinely want a relationship, but those who are my main age demographically? So I've tried to research the service as much as possible, but I wanted to know your opinion. Okay. Gordon, think about this. Okay. I guess I take it you're 25 or under, just under, but these girls who are coming to these socials, it kind of frustrates me and upsets me at the same time when I hear guys say, "Oh, they're not serious. They're not serious. They're scammers. They're not this." You know, like the age bracket you just mentioned, 18 to 21. Okay, I'll say 18 to 25, just to be on the even safer side. Okay. They're not serious. They're scammers. She wasn't serious. And this is coming usually from somebody my age, and I'm 60 years old. Do you honestly think that someone that's 21 years old is going to be serious about somebody who physically, I guess technically, is old enough to be her grandfather? Do you think that? Because I say no. You know? So it's not that these girls aren't serious. Sometimes the guys kind of have, who you've heard this from, have to look in the mirror and think, well, they're not serious. You know, hey, especially as men, because we're visual creatures, we love beautiful things, we love beautiful cars, beautiful clothes, beautiful houses, you know, beautiful women, okay? And I don't know why, and it just infuriates me every time when we're not keeping age appropriate. I'm just being real with you, okay? I'm from Boston. I don't really fluff things up too much, okay? I'm going to tell you like it is. You cannot say that a 21-year-old is not serious, okay? And I'll go one step further, okay? And I've said this on many webcasts, Gordon, many, okay? I remember the youngest guy, he was in his early 20s, who was on our tour, and he showed up in his heavy metal t-shirt, board shorts, and flip-flops to a social, mind you. Okay? The girls did not take him serious. Okay? So, it's, you know, hey, I'm not going to say that every single girl and every single social and every single event that AFA throws is there, you know, with serious intentions, but I got to say the same thing for some of the guys that go on tour either. Some of them are not serious too, you know, unfortunately, you know. So you've got to ask yourself, are you serious? Because if you are, then great. Then you go there with serious intentions, okay, and you'll find someone. All right, guys? I mean, yeah, it really upsets me when I hear that, oh, these girls are not serious. And that's usually coming from somebody who's not twice their age, but 3 times their age. Okay, guys? Yeah, you got to be real here. If you go on a tour in September, what type of jacket should I get for the night's chilly weather? Being from Florida, I don't have any heavy jackets or sweaters stylists. Oh, yeah, I guess what type of sweater. But I was just there in September, and the first week or so was great. The weather, day and night, perfect. You know, nighttime long sleeve shirt was fine. But as the month wore on, the nights became very chilly, and I just brought a leather jacket with me, and it was fine. It was perfect for those nights. So you don't need a heavy jacket. You know, I would say a leather jacket is perfect. You know. All right, and like you said, sweater, as long as it's stylish, I guess, yeah, you know. Okay, I have a serious, even though I have no luck in dating in the U.S., just like the rest of us, Mark, we have no luck dating in the U.S. I'm using the service as a way to change that. Good for you, Mark. Good for you, man. Okay. Okay, Joe, I am now head of Thailand for, well, congratulations, Leonard. I attended my first social in St. Petersburg, whoa, in 2000. Wow, was it that long ago? Hollywood Nights, yes, in St. Petersburg. But I have now attended over 50, including when I was working. The first one was crazy, yes. The second was a walk in the park, and I stayed even in a sense. But the Saturday night group tour, we have now 95% of what you need to know. Oh, okay. All right. Maybe one day I'll get to meet you, Leonard. You know, I'll go over to Thailand. All right, guys, I'm going to get back to my top 5, okay, of mistakes that you make, okay, at social. So we already went over losing your focus, okay. Then this next one is well, it can come under, I guess it could come under losing focus, but it's going around meeting the women and then not setting up the dates. Guys, these socials are set up so that you can meet as many women and set up as many dates. It's speed dating on steroids. John has said it many, many times, and I'm telling you, it's exactly that. It is speed dating on steroids. You are there to get as many contacts as possible, okay, of the women that you're interested in. I'm not saying you got to get contacts just for the sake of getting contacts. You get the contacts of the women that you really want to meet and you really want to date, that you're interested in, okay? Don't just get contacts for the sake of that, guys. Don't waste your time. That's the one thing about these tours, you know. You'll get your money back by making more money, but you won't get your time back, okay? You cannot get this time back. This time will fly by. All right, so get the dates with the women you are interested in. All right, and like I said, you know, and this is one of the mistakes that guys make. They don't use their translator. They don't use her experience. She's been to these socials before. Ask her, hey, you know, do you know anybody here that, you know, that's like 35 to 40 years old? I kind of like brunettes. I'm more, you know, attracted to them than blondes. You know, I want her to have kids, or I don't want her to have kids. Just give her. You should be doing this anyway at the very beginning, letting her know what you're interested in, so that she can be helping you out. Okay? She shouldn't just be there as, you know, somebody just to write down and, you know, the information for the girl and to translate words. She should be helping you out. Okay? We tell these girls that too. All right? So you're there to set up the dates, guys. Get as many dates possible. And I'm gonna touch on that just briefly. My last tour, this happened in a couple of cities. The guys were so good at this that the girls in the hospitality suite could not set up any more dates for them. It was actually, I loved it, you know. And it was a little frustrating for the girls in the hospitality suite, because they had their wish list of the girls that got sent in, and they were going to set up dates with those girls, but now they couldn't, because these guys were so good at doing exactly this, that they were all dated out. In fact, it was one guy had to go on, I think, 6 dates, 6 dates each day. 2 days they had to go on 6 dates, so 12 dates in 2 days, because he wanted to definitely go out with these girls. So you know, I love it when that happens. The guys listen to me. All right, getting back to your questions. Okay, Beto, if you are older than 70, to be exact, even if you look, feel, act 55 from your perspective, Would you recommend an individual tour or a group tour with socials? Vito, I recommend this to everyone. If this is your first time going over, you've never been there before, you should definitely do the group tour. And I don't get commission or anything like that, guys, so don't think that. I'm saying this because any mistakes that you're going to make, we can fix them for you with the group tour. The group tour, you're under an umbrella. You're going to get services that you're not going to get with like a Euro Club. Euro Club, whoever is assigned to set up the dates for you, that's all she's going to do. She's going to set up the dates for you. Okay, so definitely the group tour. Okay, Vito, and yeah, like I said, I'm 60. I don't feel 60. Hopefully, I don't look 60. Kurt's looking at me right now, saying, "Yeah, well, you look older." But no, it's good that you feel in Act 55. That's really good, because that comes out, guys. When you're at these socials, you're meeting these women. That energy. These women are gonna feel. They're gonna feed from it. Okay. My question is, any girls who are willing to stay in Singapore? I don't know. You're gonna have to ask them that one. I'll say this, okay? I've met many women, especially in this past year, because I'm retiring, guys. In 4.5 months, I can't believe it, 4.5 months I'm done. And I've been asked in June when I went there, and just last month, what are your plans? What are you going to do? And I told them what some of my plans were, and one of my options is to move out of the country, somewhere else. And I didn't find one girl who was opposed to that. They said, yeah, that sounds fantastic. Living like that. And so you got to find the right one to do it with. That's all I got to say. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Joe, you said you guys from Boston don't fluff things up, but I heard that's all you guys do is fluff things up. Yeah, okay, Joe. Okay. Joe there. Joe's from, you could tell he's from New York, of course. He's a sore loser because his Yankees didn't make it into the ALCS this year. So, sorry, Joe. It just wasn't in the cards. Actually, my friend Joe, we're friends. Joe was on a Ukraine tour with me, and I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, Joe, you've signed up for the Mexico tour. That's in February. First one. That's going to be the first Mexican tour. So you're going to have to tell me all about it. I had my first tour when I was 28 there, where a few scammers, but they outed themselves quickly by asking for expensive gifts. Yeah, that's another thing, guys. Here's the thing. Another thing I love to talk about. A lot of guys think these girls are scammers because she asked me to buy her this. Okay? I don't know if you guys have any Ukrainian male friends. If you do, ask them if these girls do the same thing to them. Because I have a lot of male Ukrainian friends, and they do. Okay? They do not just ask us for gifts and stuff. They also ask their, the Ukrainian guys the same thing. So this is a thing. This isn't just a thing aimed at foreigners. This is just what they do. Okay? So it's not that they're scammers, it's just that they're acting like themselves. Okay, guys? And I know, hey, I was right there too. I was taken back. My take on this was, hey, an American woman won't spend your money until she's your woman. So why are you asking me for this? But this is just what they do. Okay? Chris, great footage from the Costa Rica tonight. Yeah. Tell Ron thanks. Yeah, he got this stuff quick to Kurt. Kurt's loving it. It's been a while period since we got new footage from the socials because of last year. So it's good to have good stuff up there. Good new stuff. Let me see, Ryan, I was too busy working at 25 to have known about this site. I now wish I would have made trips in Ukraine when I was 20. Hey, Ryan, we all wish we could have done this years ago. And that seems to be the default thing all the guys say when they finally go on these tours is, I wish I would have done this years ago. Every single person I know has said that. I wish I would have done this years ago. I wish I would have done this years ago. But I got to admit, well, I did do it years ago. But, you know, I did this, I think I was divorced for a year, and then I went on my first tour. So, yeah, so I didn't wait too long. Okay? All right, guys. Number 4, okay, is, now we went over, you guys have to get those dates, okay? Get the dates, okay? Get your translator to write, and the girls do. You know, this is what we do at every social. They'll write down the information for the girl, okay? And it's a good thing they do, because this next one is you don't keep track of the contact information that you receive. And what I mean by that is, we get this all the time, is the guys will write down the information, and they'll write down, you know, Tatiana and the phone number, okay? So, or they'll just get their name, and then the next day they'll go in the room and say, I want a date with Tatiana. Well, Tatiana who? Tatiana, you know, the Tatiana girl, she was wearing the red dress, Tatiana. Okay, there were probably 25 Tatianas there that night. Not to mention 30 Elenas and 20 Svetlanas and so on, guys. So we recommend, you know, and we go over this during orientation on how to keep track of the women you're really interested in, and that is, you take a photo with them, okay? That's the best thing you can do, is take a photo with them. All right, so there's no mistaking. And that's going to help you too, because even the next day, even if we have all their correct information, and you go, okay, yeah, I want to date with this one. I don't remember this one though, you know. And you're trying to think which one that was, which girl that was. It's kind of hard to remember, you know. Seems like last year, it was only last night. So if you take have somebody take a photo, and have the translator take a photo of you both. Okay, that way you remember who was who. Okay, all right. Getting back to these questions. Boy, these questions are piling up, aren't they, Kurt? Let me see. Okay, Sean. You wouldn't believe me, but I started my search at 25, but unfortunately didn't have the finance resources at the time. Yeah, I can believe it. Also, I was scammed by a different website, and I didn't. And you quit for a while. That's normal, Sean. It really is. I mean, you get gun shy. You think, geez, they're all the same, you know. I mean, all these sites. You know, here's the thing, guys. And I'm not talking just for myself here. I've known John now for 11 years, 10 or 11 years. John doesn't take any crap, period. You know, if there's some shenanigans going on, he gets to the bottom of it. And because I'm a police officer, I'm not going to stand for it either. If it's my tour and I find out something's going on, and you can ask the guys that have been on the tour with me, okay, if this is true or not, I get to the bottom of it, and I don't let go until, you know, I do get to the bottom of something, okay? So, you know, that's why I've been with these guys so long, because I see they really care. You know, the girls over in Ukraine, They really care. Okay, Maria. I can only say Maria. Sorry for the rest of you guys. Haven't met people in the Philippines, Costa Rica, Peru, China. I haven't. I hopefully one day I will. But Maria, wow, Maria is fantastic. So you guys who are going on the Colombia tour, you are in fantastic hands. She runs a very tight ship. She's very attentive. I mean, nothing is too hard for her. I mean, anything you ask for, she's a really great lady. She's got great staff. So you guys are you're gonna have a great time. Okay, but I'm not gonna sit here because I don't know the other websites, guys. So I can't and I won't anyway. Talk about them. They do their thing, but we do our thing, and I like how we do ours. So, okay. All right. Let me see here. It's okay. Joe, hello, Joe. I want to go for a pay per date. Oh, okay. So you just want to go over and pay for each date you have. What's the price per lady, and what's the yes/no ratio if I don't write letters beforehand? I don't know what price per lady it is. If you call in, they can give you those prices. Well, Dina's still here, Michelle's still here, and they can tell you what those costs are. Okay. All I know is for writing letters, if you get a credit, if you have credit on there, just write them one letter and say, hey, I'm coming to your town. I would really like to meet you. Loved your profile. I think we have lots in common. Would you have time to meet me? Quick letter, boom. You don't have to start writing 5-10 letters between each other. But other than that, you don't have to write a letter. Okay? As far as what's the ratio, I'll tell you right now, guys, okay? Even though I go over, I'm the tour leader, I feel like a big shot, so why would you say no to me? But girls still say no to me. Okay? I get, for my ratio, I can tell you my ratio, that's about 50-50. I'll get 50, if I give them 10 names, half of them won't want to meet me. Maybe, just not, then I'm not what they're looking for. But at least they're not I'm not wasting my time by them saying yes just for the sake of going on a date. So think of it like that. If they say no, at least, you can respect that. Okay? And you just go on, you move to someone else. I mean, there's thousands of ladies. All right. Jerry, I'm not going to comment on the name, but hi, Joe, 29 days until I get on the plane to Kyiv. All right. Yeah, so excited. It's so long from Seattle seminar. Yes, that was a long time ago. Wasn't that? That was 2019, I'm pretty sure. No, that was 2020. No, 2019 it was. What was it, 2020? Anyway, 2020. All I have left is the shop for a couple of outfits, and I'm set. Thanks for all your help. Hey, good luck to you, man. Hopefully, I hope you have a great time. You better. That's all I got to say. Okay, Gene. I went to Ukraine in 2018 to Odessa, Nikolaev, Kherson. I had another trip in 2012. I missed Ukraine, and I was happy I was there. I'm 71 years old, and I think that Ukraine offered because everyone was friendly and helpful there, and there was a lot of things to do there. I am not happy living in the U.S., and I feel isolated here. I think a lot of people feeling kind of like that, Gene, but Ukraine is still there. You could still go. Unfortunately, November's tour is sold out, but I'm pretty sure they still have openings for the January/February tour. Okay. the March/April tour, I'll be leading. Okay, I had better dates with girls I have never met or knew about when I did. The girls wrote a year. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, geez, we're running out of time, guys. That's what I get for talking so much. I like that, Ernie. Words to live by. Relationships are also an investment. Invest wisely. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I agree with you, John. John says John agrees 100%. My only regret is I didn't do this years ago. Just didn't get the idea. Yeah. I mean, we kind of all feel that way, you know. Guys, well, I talked for 1 hour. Let me see here. I think I have time for one more. Do I have time for one more, Kirk? One more. Okay. Okay. Adam here is 66 years old. With a quick follow-up about my woman friend who is 36 years old. Within the first 2 letters, she promised me that she never asked me for money. And I am in decent shape. Yes, I can keep up with 5, 10-year-old sons at my age. So, you know, thanks for the feedback no matter what. Comment. Okay. All right. Adam is you know, he's going out with somebody who's 30 years younger than him. Hey, Adam, I'm not saying that it can't work out. Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that from what my experience is, a lot of times it doesn't. But if it's working out, more power to you. I hope it does. Invite me to the wedding, please. And last, McKissick, no, they do not use gift cards. Well, they do sell them. I see them in stores, but I don't think you can take ours over there. Okay. All right, guys. Hey. This went by quick. I thought I would be running out of things to talk about, you know, being that I'm by myself. Next week, Dina will be back. She'll be back tomorrow at work, obviously, if you need to call in and ask her anything. But, you know, for next Monday, I'm sure she'll be back. She was bummed out that she couldn't do it tonight. But, you know, things happen. But, guys, like I said at the beginning, Colombia is now sold out. So look on the schedule for the next one. Ukraine for November, sold out. These tours are selling out quickly, guys. They really are. You know, if you don't get in within easily a month and a half, you're probably not going to get in at all. Okay, so if you're thinking about going on tour, okay, no matter what country it is, stop procrastinating, get off the fence, call up, okay, make a booking. You guys, you will not regret it. I'm serious. You'll have a great vacation with a twist. All right, but that's it for me tonight, gentlemen and ladies, if you're watching. Thank you for watching. I hope I did okay being by myself. But, you know, by the way, if you need to ask me anything, you can email me. My email address is jlgreg, 4, @gmail.com. Okay? jlgreg, 4, @gmail.com. If you need to ask me anything, guys, you can just, you know, you can write me and I'll answer you back, okay? Other than that, you guys, hope to see you on the tour someday. Take care. Have a good night.